What's up guys, Simply Coco here and welcome back to my channel and welcome to another speed build here in The Sims 4. So today, as you can tell by the title, we are building a fall inspired home, family home. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to title this video yet, but you'll know because you're watching it. But yeah, I found this image on Pinterest and I tried to recreate it as close as I could get to it, because, well, no, what, I don't know what I was gonna say. The photo was kind of weird because the house was like behind some trees, so I couldn't really see all of it. So this is just like my interpretation of that house. But anyway, the shell is pretty much done. I don't add anything like no bump outs in the back or on the sides or anything. I do add a fireplace or a chimney, whatever you want to call it. And now you're going to watch me struggle with some pillars. Oh, I guess, yeah, you're going to watch me struggle with some pillars because I really wanted to use those since they had the brick detail at the bottom. But for some reason, when it was on the corner, it wouldn't, like, it went, not crooked, but it turned, like it went to an angle. And I thought that they had fixed that to where you could, like, if you put a pillar on a corner and it like went on an angle, you could just like click the arrows and it would go back, like you could turn it. I thought they fixed that a while ago, but it didn't work. I don't know if it's just a bug again or if they never did fix that. I don't know, but I ended up having to go with completely different excuse me, yawn. I ended up having to go with completely different pillars. Like some of them would turn and others wouldn't, but I think I just went with some base game ones. I'm not 100% sure where they're from. They might be from Get Together. No, I don't know. I think they're from base game. These dormers that I'm going to be using, they just got deleted because I needed to put a platform up there. Not a platform, but like a foundation. So I don't realize it for a while, but I do put them back up there. Those will be from Cottage Living, so I do apologize if you don't have Cottage Living. There are other dormers in the game, but they're very stylized. Like there's some dormers that came with Island Living, but obviously those aren't going to work. There's some dormers that came with Strangerville, but those are very Victorian. And then there's some other ones that don't have really good swatches on them. So these the ones from Cottage Living in the black and white swatch just worked out the best. The windows are from University. That middle bump out on the second floor, that bump out, the wallpaper on it is from University as well. It's just like a stone wallpaper just to kind of break up all the brick. These little pillar pieces are from Debug. Later on, I will size them up using the tool mod. I think I sized them up 1.3, I believe, and that just kind of worked out perfectly. Now just working on the landscaping. So these bushes, I'm not sure if they're the Debug version of that bush or just like the real version, the ones that cost versus the ones that don't cost. I don't know. These bushes may only have one version. There might not be a debug version of them. I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, you're watching me screw around with different trees because I wasn't sure where to put what and was looking for the right trees that would fit and get the vibe that I want. So the way that I kind of work with trees is I look at the lot and I look at the balance. And since the house is dead center to the lot and I have a bump out being the chimney on the left side of the house, then to balance that out, I wanted there to be more trees on the right side of the house. Does that make sense? It's just all about balance for me with trees. Like if I put 2 trees in the front yard, one big and one small, then in the backyard, like, hold on, restart. If I put 2 trees in the front yard on the right side, one big and one small, then when I get to the backyard, I'm gonna put one one or two trees on the left side of the yard, just for that balance. You wouldn't want everything on one side, then it like looks too heavy and all of that, whatever. Just about balance. How many times am I going to say balance? It's kind of like in a photo, like if you were taking a photo, that was me putting those dormers back because I realized they weren't there. Half of the backyard is kind of like separated off using a large hedge from Get Together. The rest is separated by an actual fence, which is just from base game. Yeah. Just doing some terrain painting now. Another yawn. Oh, excuse me. I'm so sorry. Yeah. I don't really know what else to say. I guess I'll say this. I did want to apologize to those of you that left comments on my Sim Self video that were upset with either the results or the fact that I didn't like take your sim and look at your sim in game. I do apologize. I understand like you probably did do all of this and, you know, give me personalities and give me a job and give me traits and give me an aspiration and worked through, you know, leveled up the aspiration and leveled me up in the career. I'm pretty sure, like, I know, like, I understand you may have done all of that, but at the end of the day, it was a cash challenge. If I would have taken, even if I would have only done a top 3 and I went in game and like played around with each of them, it just would have made for a long video, just, you know, just when it's just basically a giveaway video. So that's why I kept it within cast. And I know, and you know, I tried to go over the traits and I flipped through the outfits, and if you had a hat on me, I went to see what hair you put on me and stuff. So, but like, I'm not trying to defend myself. I'm just genuinely like, I apologize for not looking in game. It would have made for too long of a video. But anyway, again, congratulations to the winner. Oh, speaking of, I need to send them their packs. I'm glad I thought about that. But anyway, we're in the interior. So before we came in here, I had already picked out the wallpaper and the flooring. The couches, or the big couch, is base game, I believe, and then the two chairs are from Cats and Dogs. I did do that trick where you take 2 console tables, turn them around and like stack them and then you use the keyboard object to kind of make a standing piano. I think that's what they're called, standing pianos. Like, it's not a grand piano, it's just like a piano you have in the house, but it's like, I don't know. Yeah. I made one of those. I've seen Miss Griffey do that a lot. I don't think Miss Griffey like created that whole thing, but she does do it a lot. Just cluttering it up. I'm cluttering it up now, and kind of at some point during the build, everything that I put on top of here gets deleted. So if you download this build, it is on the gallery. Just my EA ID is simply Coco94. If you forget that or miss it, it's down in the description. But all of that stuff that I just placed on there ends up getting deleted at some point during the build, and I don't realize it till the end. I don't reclutter it up on camera. I do it off camera, but I was just gonna say, if it looks slightly different when you download this lot, that's why, because for whatever reason I'll delete it. But now we're into the kitchen. It's a pretty big kitchen, but I don't know. I wanted the actual kitchen space itself to be a little bit smaller and not take up the entire room. And instead of giving them like a breakfast nook area, because that's probably what I would have done, like had I taken the kitchen all the way across both walls, is I would have given them like a little kitchen, like a little breakfast nook, like a little table. But instead I just gave them like a bar area. And then this is me trying to separate the backsplash from the actual wall itself, because it wouldn't have made sense for the backsplash to go all the way to the end of that wall with nothing on the other side. So I just get rid of the backsplash there and only leave it behind the stove and stuff. I don't know if that's realistic, but I didn't know how to separate it. The pillars weren't matched. Like the pillar colors were bad. And I even went and got like a little pole from Debug that didn't work. And so I just left it like this. But I feel like it makes sense because then I hung up this shelving unit from Cottage Living there. And I feel like in real life you wouldn't be able to hang that up on top of tile. But anyway, this is the kitchen. I did put the cats and dogs shelf over there next to the back door. I don't remember if I clutter it up on or off camera, but I say that to say that I did put a animal in this house, or I furnished it to where they would have a dog. So I don't think I put a dog bed anywhere, but dogs in The Sims pretty much sleep anywhere. They'll sleep on the floor, on the couch, in the beds. So I didn't worry about putting a dog bed, but I do make sure to put a food bowl. And I even go as far as to put one of the the little dog like obstacle course tunnels. I even put one of those in the backyard, but you'll see that later. This is the dining room. There's which is off of the kitchen. There's also an entrance in like the main hallway. Nothing crazy going on in here. I just put a hutch, which is from Jungle Adventure. The table, I believe the table and the chairs are both from Parenthood. That rug is strange. Oh my goodness, this is the third yawn of the video. That rug is Strangerville. I don't remember what okay. I was just about to say I don't remember what I put over there in that corner. But it was just a painting. And then over here I put another corner piece, and then I wouldn't have minded putting an extra chair there. You know, like if you have company or host Thanksgiving in real life, you could like pull out an extra chair. But I went for a lamp. I don't really know why a lamp would be in the dining room, but it's there. And then this room right here is right off of the the front door. This is actually the bump out at the front of the house on the bottom floor, and I just made this into an office. So it's literally just going to get a computer and some bookshelves. I used 2 different bookshelves, but they worked. They worked because this one kind of looks a little more messy and cluttered up and stuff. And then the other one, I don't know, but yeah. I just didn't want to use 2 of the same because then they would have the same exact clutter in the same exact spots. So that's why I went with 2 different ones. And then now I'm just trying to find some paintings and stuff to hang up in here. Yeah, that was the entire downstairs. So now we're moving on to the upstairs. So this is just the hallway. I could have cut this out, but it didn't take me very long to decorate the hallway because it's just a hallway. Nothing much has to go here. This console table's from base game. Yeah. What else do I do? That was yawn number 4. Why am I so sleepy? I have no idea. Just maneuvering those doors so that I can put that shelving unit from Eco Lifestyle there. I put a chair from Nifty Knitting right there in the corner, so I'm sorry if you don't have Nifty Knitting. And then this is the master bedroom. So at this moment, I still don't know what I'm going to call this house because I don't want to call it an autonomous build. I don't want to call it an autonomous build because the only thing autonomous about it is the fact that it's fall in the game while I'm building it and like the color scheme that I'm using. So I mean, I guess I could call it autonomous, but like the living room, there's nothing really fall like in the living room. I don't know. I have no idea. I'll figure out a name. I might just go as far as to call it Family Home in Fall. I mean, who doesn't love alliteration? That might be what I call this video. I have a few other fall inspired builds that I'm thinking about doing. Other just, houses that are going to have fall decorations and pumpkins out front and stuff like that. I also have another idea, and I actually mentioned it in Devin Bumpkin's Twitch stream earlier today, if you happen to be there, I'm planning on building a haunted. This has nothing to do with fall, but more so Halloween. I'm planning on building, and please don't steal my idea. I plan on building. I mean, you can do this if you want. If you're another Sims YouTuber, please don't steal my idea. I don't know why I felt the need to put that disclaimer in there, but this may not even be a good idea. But I plan on building a haunted forest, and I basically asked Aiden's advice whether it should be like a let's build series where I just turn the biggest lot in Granite Falls into a haunted forest, or should I do a speed build series where I turn all 6 lots, where I do all 6 lots and turn the entire world into the haunted forest. And his advice was to do a let's build series doing all 6 lots, but that would take a long time. So I think I'm going to do the speed build series, and I started it today. And the first lot is going to be, something. Each lot's going to have a different theme, but it's all going to tie into this idea of a haunted forest. So anyway, I'm really excited about it. Can't wait for you to see it. This is the teens room. It's for a girl. She does have the bigger room just because there was that bump out at the top floor. So I just kind of made it like a little entertainment nook in her room. I imagine the parents didn't want this room because the other room was the room that had the ensuite. So they would rather have the ensuite bathroom than to have the bigger room. So they let her have it. And yeah, it's just like a little seating area. If she has friends over, they can go over there and sit down, watch TV. If she has her boyfriend over and the parents don't like them in the bed, stuff like that. But yeah, I really love this room. And I say this all the time. With every new teen room that I decorate, it becomes my new favorite room that I've ever done. Besides this one right here is for the teen son, and yeah, it was rough. I started with this green color in the room because I just wanted it to be different from the rest of the color scheme of the house. But I really like it in my builds. And I don't know if this is just me or if other people feel this way too. And I know this is an unrealistic way of doing it, because realistically in a family home, everyone's room is going to look different. From a bird's eye view, every room would be a different color and all of that. But for me in The Sims, whenever I'm looking at a bird's eye view of my builds, I like everything to be cohesive, and I like everything to have, a cohesive color scheme. So with that green color, I just did not like it whatsoever. So I ended up changing it completely, and I went for, I gave him a completely red room. His bed is black, so I just went with red, black, grays, and whites. And when you zoom out, because the parents' room had a lot of red accents, him having a red room works. And then, the sister has a yellow and kind of pinkish room, so it works. This is the upstairs bathroom. I pretty much furnish the parents' bathroom the exact way. As a matter of fact, I copied and pasted it, so it's the exact same. And then we're going into the backyard. So I went ahead and gave them a pool just because they had a pretty decent sized backyard. And even with the pool, there's still a lot of room for things. I give them an outdoor seating area. I give them a grill. I give them lounge chairs. I give them a small gazebo area with a fire pit. I give them something else. I think I put monkey bars. even though both kids that live here are teens, I even gave them monkey bars. Maybe it belonged to the teens whenever they were kids. That was just like a little pet thing where the Sims could store the dog's toys. There's the little obstacle course for the dog. What else? What else? Oh, here's me trying to find a pergola or an ottoman or not an ottoman, a pergola or a awning or whatever you want to call it. I end up going with this one, which I think is from Jungle Adventure. I think. But yeah, I just gave them this little area just to have something else. Actually, now that I think about it, I think I gave them monkey bars because originally I was going to put a kid in that room, even though I gave them a double bed. I don't know. You could still put a kid in that room and he just has a double bed to himself. Like, you know, I don't think those little one person beds are very common anyway. I mean, I've come across them, but I don't think they're very common. I think most people have like twin beds when they're kids. Anyway, just putting some lights out, and that's pretty much it. The screenshots are going to be rolling soon. So thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will always respond to your comments. And please hit that notification bell. That way you know exactly when I post my next video, exactly when I post it, and I will see you all then. Bye, guys.